One caller. Only caller for tonight. Caller, what's your name, comment, and or question?
Hi, this is Corey. And I just, about the discussion about privilege, one of the things that just really irritates me is the newscaster making $5 or $6 million a year talking about my privilege. I mean, if you talk about it, that doesn't bother me. I mean, you have legitimate reasons.
Yeah.
But from them, no.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm some reason I don't think my team on YouTube can hear you, and I can barely hear you. But I did hear your point, so let me repeat it to the people listening. And I didn't get your name. What's your name again? Corey, thanks so much for the call, my friend. I have to figure out what's going on with that phone line. But Corey said he has a problem. It's a brilliant point, Corey. Corey has a problem with people who are making $5 or $6 million a year talking about privilege and throwing this. Okay, I've got 3 minutes to make this point. Yeah, I figured that, Grossman. Thanks, DG. Here's the bigger point. Sorry if you didn't hear the question. What he was saying is he has a problem with people who are making millions of dollars a year talking about people, white privilege. You may not agree with me. I'm sure there's plenty of Hillary Clinton supporters who won't agree with me, and there might be a lot of black people who don't agree with me. The greatest form of privilege in America is economic privilege. Economic privilege trumps everything. Because you know what? You could be a black person with great economic wealth and you will have more privilege and more opportunities than somebody white born piss poor in the ghetto. Bottom line, I don't care how you cut it. Now, will you as a black person who makes millions of dollars still face some type of racism? I'm sure you will if you ever get pulled over. What are the odds of your Bentley getting pulled over? If it does get pulled over, you're going to face some racism. Very much, right? You could be like the tennis star who was walking in New York and all of a sudden he was mistaken for somebody else. They wrestled his ass to the ground. So yes, even as a rich person, black person, you will face racism. But does that erase your economic privilege? No, it doesn't. But what's more insulting than that, and I think this is what Corey was talking about, is when you have white people who make millions of dollars, who benefit from white privilege as well as economic privilege, talking about the white privilege of somebody who's making about $40,000 a year, living paycheck to paycheck because they support Bernie Sanders. That marginalizes the conversation on white privilege. That reduces it, that lessens its value. When you allow people like Joan Walsh to get on MSNBC and speak online, and she can say whatever the hell she wants to online, but you empower her, you give her voice, she's like the cool white girl, right? Is that her title online? You allow people like that to get online and get on television and lecture other white people who make maybe 1% or 10% of what she makes, who are living paycheck to paycheck, who have more economic experience in common with me than she would ever have, or that Oprah would ever have. Not that she's anywhere near Oprah, but you get the point. You allow her to get on television and lecture down to people who do not experience economic privilege, and she lectures them on white privilege as though she doesn't benefit from both white privilege and economic privilege. You lessen and cheapen the conversation. You marginalize your own movement, and you have nobody else to blame but yourself. It's 10 o'clock, and I am out this. Wrong music. That's
The Benjamin Dixon Show is only possible with listener support. Go to www.thebenjamindixonshow.com to register for our blog, join the Progressive Army, and support The Benjamin Dixon Show. It's Ben Dixon! If you like this episode, be sure to share, like, and subscribe.
Consider becoming a Patreon. Go to www.patreon.com/The BPD Show and support The Benjamin Dixon Show.